This video is sponsored by Garden of Ashes. Hey guys, so arts and crafts is something I enjoy doing, and I've pretty much done it my entire life, which is why I've decided to team up with Garden of Ashes. Garden of Ashes is a small business that literally started not too long ago. They make really well-made items that look really stunning. They make coasters for cups, ring holders, earrings, and ornaments to just about hang anywhere, and so much more. Each item is super customizable and carefully handcrafted to your liking. You can customize these however you want. They have an Etsy shop I'll have linked down below in the description, so you can order from them, or just go on their Instagram and tell them specifically what you want and tell them that Chico sent you, so you can get 10% off your first order. Links will be in the description down below, and thank you so much again, Garden of Ashes, for sponsoring this video. Hey guys, what's going on? It is your boy Empty here, and today we'll be looking at Mono Dark for the inside look. Mono Dark is a team that has gone through a lot of changes, and it's kind of really hard for me to figure out where the team even started. The only thing I know is that Rags and Regulus were always a part of it. Aside from that, literally any other unit could have been in this team comp, but today's, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be looking at the current state of Mono Dark and how good it is. We'll be looking at this team specifically today, and we'll give an insight on units that fit right in. Now, the Dark Triad, or the Unholy Trinity, as most of the community dubs this team, sole purpose is basically to hit everything in one punch. And by the way, yes, you could put Saitama in this team. The thing with this team is that most people have a hard time with it because of the equips. This team is extremely stingy when it comes to the type of equips it needs in order for it to operate, and you'll see what I mean later on when I show the equipments needed for this team. Now, the Dark Triad consists of 3 main units: Dark Fin, Dark KANE, and Forte. We'll be looking at each one of them specifically, so we're going to start off with Dark Fin. Now, Darkman is a dark human whose slots are 5-star magic, 5-star support, and 4-star magic. His skill is 2200 dark damage magic for 5 seconds, reduces enemies' dark resist by 10%. His normal arts is 13,000 dark damage magic and increases damage of this arts by the magnitude of accuracy buffs on himself. And his true arts is 31,000 dark damage magic, has a high chance to inflict blind, and increases dark allies' arts by 20. Plus, for 20 seconds, he increases all allies' arts by 3, increasing the allies' accuracy by 30%. 3300 break. He is Art Gen Type A, just like regular Fen, and they will not stack together if you put it on the same team. Now, as for equips, you are going to either put his true weapon on him, True Stratega, or the regular event weapon from his event, True Demonic Eclipse, Skeletal Summon Stone, Nemesis Scroll, True Exceed or Magical Hat, X marks the spot, Type 0, a Surplus Dagger, Milim's Cloth, Goku Uni, Melty Clothes, and just about anything for 4-star magic. Now, the thing about Darkfen is the main reason he's here is for his passive, which gives 50 arts immediately when you start a quest. His normal arts is honestly never used since it's basically tied under accuracy buffs that's on himself. His normal arts is just not really all that useful. However, his true arts is pretty much all you'll do with him. If you have his true weapon on him, he increases critical damage up by 50%, and it goes without saying that it's extremely good for nuking. But that's the main goal this team's trying to do anyways. But as you see, he's one of the best dark supporters in the game, and he's always made space for just about any team. And to be honest, you can even use them to do floor 21 if you really wanted to. Now on to the next one. Next up is KANE. Big Daddy KANE, Dark KANE, who is also a dark human just like Dark Fen. His slots are 5-star physical, 5-star physical, and 4-star defense. His skill is 2400 dark damage physical, and for 3 seconds increases all evasion by 20%. His normal arts is 1700 700 dark damage physical, and has a high chance to inflict feint for 15 seconds and reduces enemies' damage resist by 20%. His true arts is 43,000 dark damage physical and increases all allies damage by 15%. That can stack up to 4 times 60% damage increases what that ends up coming up to, and plus for 20 seconds, increases all dark allies attack by 100%, 3800 break. His abilities are increases physical evasion by 50% and increases damage against enemies and break by 20%. Now, the equipment you put on him is True Nanashi, Older Toguro, Gem of Rags, Nether Sword, Snippety Snips, Phantom Shield, Hollow Robe, Michael Yoichi. He is honestly nutty when it comes to the amount of equipment you could put on him, especially nuking equips, because there's a lot of physical equipment that just is meant for nuking. Now, you can kind of see why he's on this team. That 100% attack boost to dark allies is no joke. Crazy thing is, like I mentioned earlier, is that 15% damage boost just stacks 4 times, which will never really happen since most of the time you're usually done by the time they're all do their true arts. So the normal arts can come in handy because it does give you that boost in damage, but you're never really going to use it, which is a common thing you'll see. True arts is all you need to be doing with this team. And speaking of which, I think KANE is one of the few units who has the fastest true art in game, since it's just an animation. Like, its animation is a literal slash, unlike most units in games whose true arts are like long to do to an extent. Also, make no mistake, this thing will hit like immediately. That buff will go up on your team instantly the moment it goes up, whether he starts it up by doing the little stomp or when he's already done. You'll get that buff up really quick. And that is enough about KANE. And last but certainly not least, we have Forte. Forte being the most recent addition to the team, and if you've noticed, she is wearing the same uniform as the other two, and that is because she is part of the same saga. Now, just like the other two as well, Dark Human. Her skill is 2,000 dark damage physical, increases own arts by 12. Her normal arts is 10,000 dark damage physical, and on hit, increases own arts by 100 against enemies and break. She can do that once. And for 30 seconds, decreases enemies' dark resistance by 10%, which is stackable. Now, her true arts is 30,000 dark damage physical. For 10 seconds, increases dark allies damage by 65%, human allies damage by 65%. I don't know if those two stack together, but let me know down in the comments. Now, as for her weapons, you are going to be putting her event weapon or her true weapon, Gem of Rags, Hero Gloves, Hijikata's Gun, Type 0, a Surface Dagger, Milim's Clothes, Goku Uni, and Melty's Clothes, and so on and so forth. Now then, she pretty much speaks for herself right there. She has Darkfin's second and last slots, and KANE's attack slot. The amount of damage resistance this team has to offer is actually nuts. She's basically both of them combined, and her passive gives another 50 arts to everyone, starting off with 100 arts, since Darkfin gives you that other 50. Including Archen items, that is an easy 200 for everybody. Seriously though, this team is insane. Much like how Mono Earth is, that 4th slot can be used for anybody. You could put Saitama, Juno, Mako, Regulus, Rags, Hiei, Toguro, Malia, and Ash, Toto, you name it. The main thing about this team though is, if you haven't noticed, is the equipment. I mentioned earlier that they can be stingy with equips, and that's no joke. Most of these equipments that the units have are gacha specific equips or event specific equips. Unless you're wailing hard or get extremely lucky with your gacha pulls, most of these are hard to get. And grinding for rainbow gems is hard enough as it is for most people, unless you're spending tons and tons of money. Which is why I always tell people when they start playing the game to hold off on building Mono Dark. It is a team that requires intense amount of resources to put into, and the one thing I recommend is that you slowly build up your resources first, then go ham whenever you feel like it, when you need like when you feel like the necessary equips that came back with like specific events. Well guys, that is my lengthy an inside look at Mono Dark. I know I did an Inside the Mind of Mono Dark like a couple months ago, but I felt like an in-depth discussion was better. Let me know if I missed anything down below. And also, before I forget, The Light Ruins will be coming back. The Light Ruins has dark equipment for mono dark, so you can use those as well. It'll really help out your team if you're really starting to wanting to build mono dark. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I want to give a huge thank you to Garden of Ashes once again for sponsoring this video. They are my first sponsor, so feel free to check them out on Instagram at Garden of Ashes, and get 10% off your first order telling them Chico sent you, and links will be down in the description down below, as well as my social media will be just in the description down below. So if you want to keep up with your boy and see what I retweet or just say some nonsense, you know, you could follow me there. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I can't stress enough how much like the support you guys have been giving me has been insane. But aside from that, guys, peace out, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.